Hey, wine mermaids. This is the Peace, Love, and Wine podcast, bringing you happy hour conversations with awesome women on self-care, sisterhood, and creative living to reduce stress and maximize joy. Life is short, so grab a glass and get ready to sip, sparkle, and make a splash. Make sure to visit peaceloveandwine.com and enter your email to receive VIP deals and get your free self-care download. Now, here's your wine sister hostess with the mostest, Tiffany Humfeld.
Hi, Chel. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm glad we finally connected. We've been trying to do so for a few months now.
Yes, back and forth.
Yes. So I don't remember even how I discovered you. It might have been Instagram.
Probably. That's where a lot of, I feel like a lot of people find me as Instagram's my main source.
Okay. So this is Chel. I don't know if I just said your name wrong, even though we had just spoken about it, but this is Chel from Chel Loves Wine, everybody. And we are going just to chat today about some wine and girl talk and get to know each other and hopefully share some wisdom and insight along the way.
Yes.
Sound good to you?
Perfect.
All right. So first of all, you have your own podcast, Chel Loves Wine, right?
I do. I just started it with a friend of mine. He lives in LA and he is in the movie industry. So we review movies and I pair a wine with one of the movies each week. So it's like a fun take on pairing wine instead of with food. We pair it with movies instead.
Fun. Super fun. Yeah. I want to do something like that with art as well and do virtual art clubs.
Ooh, that would be so fun.
Yeah. So maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah.
What movie did you do most recently?
We actually just recorded yesterday the winners of the Golden Globe. So we did Lady Bird and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. So we have like a double header coming at people this week. But then we also did Jumanji and the new Star Wars movie.
How fun.
Yes.
Cool. Now, are there spoilers? Should people only listen to those episodes after?
Yeah. If you are like ready for a spoiler, then you can listen, but we definitely talk about the whole movie. So there are spoilers. Warning, warning.
And you're based in New York, correct? New York City?
Well, I'm actually from upstate New York. That's where I was born and raised in the Adirondack Mountains. So 4.5 hours from New York City, but right after college, I moved right down to New York and I've been here for about 5 years now.
Awesome. I love New York.
So fun.
Yeah. I lived there for about a year after college.
Ooh.
It was a great experience.
It is. It's a lively city, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. When I came home from there, when I moved back to California, it felt like everything was in slow motion. Like the experience in my body, it was so weird. I was driving in Orange County around Newport Beach, and beach towns can be kind of lazy anyway, but I'm like, why are the cars going so slow? Why is it so clean? Where's the people?
That's what people say all the time. They're like, New York is going way too fast and California is going way too slow. So
we'll just have to visit both places.
Yeah, we'll find a middle ground somewhere.
Now, how did you meet your friend? Who is the co-host of your podcast?
His name is Brendan, and we are actually childhood friends. Our moms are best friends. They grew up together, best friends. So I grew up with him too. And then he had the dream, like, I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to go to Hollywood. So he moved to California probably maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And whenever he's in New York, we try to connect. And he came to me and he's like, I have an idea. Like, what do you think? And it was supposed to be a YouTube show, but since we're on both coasts, it made it kind of difficult to get like a video aspect. So we're like, let's make this a podcast. Podcasts are very cool right now.
When did your podcast launch?
New Year's Day was our first one. So we're really, really new.
2018?
Yeah.
Mine was December 31st, 2017.
Oh, no way. Happy 1 year.
No, just
this past year.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I forget what year we're in already.
I know it's confusing because we just started the year.
Yes. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. We're like right on the same path here.
Awesome. That's fun. Cool. What got you interested in wine?
Really, what got me? So when I started drinking wine, I was in college. I was the girl that always showed up with like a box of Franzia. I wasn't getting beer and doing whatever. I was like, had my box of wine. So my Instagram or my Twitter handle actually was Chel Loves Wine for a really long time. That's what friends referred to me as. And then I moved to New York and I was like, whoa, New York has this crazy wine scene. There are actually things other than Franzia and Carlo Rossi. And wine is a really interesting and special liquid. And I was like, I want to learn more about it. Why not? I'm in New York. There's so many opportunities to learn here. So let's just dig in.
And what kind of adventures have you gone on that help you learn about wine?
Oh, so many. Even if it's just going to a wine bar in New York, because the sommelier there can teach you so much about tons of different wines. Or I went to Eastern Europe last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago. I think it was 2016. I went to Europe and I did Hungary and Germany. And I did all of these really cool, like Eastern European things. So everywhere I go on vacation, it's always like trying to incorporate wine to learn about it. And always going to new spots in the city and connecting with other sommeliers. Like we have some of the best wine people in New York. So it's such a good atmosphere to be able to learn and advance and just enjoy wine.
Do you have a favorite wine bar in New York?
I actually do. I love Cork Buzz in Union Square. The woman who owns it, Laura, she was actually in my Women in Wine series, and she's amazing. She's a master sommelier. She's like one of 25 women that have ever made that accomplishment.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she's unbelievable. And she owns it, and they have the best food, and they feature local New York wines and a bunch of wines throughout the country and the world. It's like a really, really fun wine list.
Well, I can't wait to listen to that episode and maybe connect with her too, to have her on this show.
Oh yeah, she's very cool, and she's got married, and like I said, she's so knowledgeable about wine. It's unbelievable.
Cool. So it's fun. Wine is funny, right? Because there's like the super wine snobs who are like, I don't want to see a bottle unless it has, 3 numbers attached to it or something.
Yes.
And then there's the Franzia end of things, right? Which is like
yes.
the box wine that people have sitting on top of their fridge for months.
Yeah.
So how does that taste to you now? Have you tasted that one in a while?
I haven't had any Franzia in a while, but box wines are not bad anymore. They've really come along and advanced from the Franzia days, that there are some decent box wines. I mean, you get what you pay for when it comes to a box wine. Like you're paying $10 for like a whole entire box. That
4 bottles.
Yeah, which lasts a really long time. But they're good drinkable wines. I have nothing against the box wine now.
I actually really enjoy, so this is a confession, I guess, since I actually work with a wine company. But I really enjoy I don't know, do you have Trader Joe's, or do you know what Trader Joe's is?
Yeah, we have them.
Okay. So, they make their own labeled products, including wine. And I really like their Cabernet. Like for as much wine as I drink, it doesn't make financial sense for me to spend $20 a bottle every time I want to have wine.
Yeah.
Right. Or more than that even. So the Cabernet, $12, 12 or $14. Yeah. Trader Joe's.
I can totally condone that. I would just never condone their $2 chuck, because it's not wine. That's like a great beverage, but their Trader Joe's does have good wine. I actually have a colleague who goes there all the time, and he's always asking for suggestions, because Trader Joe's carries like a good set of wine.
They do. Yeah. And some of their wine, there's like something about moon. Like
yes. Black moon, dark moon, something like that.
Purple moon, something.
Yeah. I've heard of it. They have a Pinot Noir that I've heard is good.
It's a really pretty label, which, people sometimes buy in the label. But I
totally do that. If I don't know what I want. Yeah. If I don't know what I want, I go into a store and I'm like, I know that I want something from France and this label looks great, so I'll just buy this one today. That's how you learn. You just try new things.
Yeah. And, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn off the notifications on my other device. Let me try to turn that off. I watched a video of you where you were tasting canned wine.
Oh yeah. Canned wine is so fun right now though. It's like so easy to take with you.
Yeah. Like for picnics and stuff. It sounds really good. Perfect.
It's like throw it in your bag, go to the park. You can just recycle the can when you're done. You don't have to worry about glass bottles or anything like that. It's so easy.
And I hear Trader Joe's has some that they just cannot keep on the shelves, but I don't know. I haven't tried it. Yeah.
I've had a few canned wines. I haven't so much now, because now that it's obviously winter in New York, I'm mainly just sticking to like reds and bottles, and I'm not picnicking in the park or needing a to-go wine at the moment. So I haven't had a ton, but sorry, did that noise come through?
Yeah, but it's okay. It was like the same noise that I had a minute ago.
I know. It's my notification. I'll just turn my email off. But yeah, so canned wine is really good, but Underwood is a really good canned wine brand that I've had, and their rosé in a can is so, so good. And in that video, I think I drank 3 or 4, but have to be careful because sometimes, like in my video, they are selling a wine beverage, like a sparkling wine beverage, which is not real wine. I mean, it has grapes in it, but it's got a bunch of additives and chemicals to make
basically
it
some soda wine or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like a can of soda, but has grapes in it.
Right.
So you got to make sure that they're like real wine ones.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to have to do an experiment and try some of those, especially the Trader Joe's ones.
Yes.
That would be fun. Have you heard of One Hope wine?
I have. I actually, right when I started my blog 2 years ago, I was gifted a bottle of One Hope wine. I think one of their Brut. And that was really fun. I love how they give back with that.
Me too. I love it. So that's the one company that I personally work with. And the Brut supports an organization called Why Hunger, which feeds hungry kids throughout the world in the U.S.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So like a case of the Brut. So say somebody wants to make their wedding extra special, right? They can use the Brut for their wedding toast, and they feed 25 hungry kids.
Oh, that's very cool. That's actually a really good idea. If any future brides are listening, get there.
It's, let's see, what is my site? If you want to go check it out, people, it's via onehope.com/peace, love, and wine. So that's VIA1ONE hope.com/peace, love, and wine. Yeah, I just went to a wedding show yesterday, actually, and that was really fun. That was my first time I was a vendor displaying at a show.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and have you seen the One Hope glitter bottles? They're rad.
I have. They're like, I've seen them everywhere, and they're like so photogenic. Like if a bottle could be photogenic, that bottle is photogenic. Yeah. It's like it's cool. It's very cool.
Gorgeous. Yeah. They're beautiful. And what I love about them is not only are they cool, they're a great gift, they're a fun, just unique, different thing to give somebody that's also consumable, right? So they don't have more stuff.
Yes.
You can use them for like a vase, right? When you're done with them, use them for a bud vase or something.
Yeah. Wine bottles are totally repurposable. Like I have them all over my apartment, and my boyfriend's like, we have too many. You need to start getting rid of them. Like we don't need more DIY projects with wine bottles and wine corks. And I'm like, okay.
I can relate. What I do is I take them to my lady who manufactures my repurposed wine bottle candles, and so I'll just collect them and then take them over to her. So,
oh, that's so nice.
Maybe look for somebody in your area who does something.
I know there's got to be somebody around here that does that.
Yeah. Have you done any like wine bottle projects that you really like?
What did I do last year? Well, so I just moved a couple weeks ago, probably like 6 weeks ago. So I did a big purge before I moved. So a lot of my projects got tossed in the trash, but I did wrap some of the wine bottles in rope, like thick rope, and attached little things to them. Like they were cool little vases. And my mom actually takes wine bottles and turns them into lamps. So I have a really cool Riesling lamp in this beautiful blue bottle. Yeah, that she made for me. Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. Oops, I'm going to unplug myself. So it doesn't have a lid on it right now, but
oh, cool.
So she makes them into lamps.
Can we link up to her? Does she have a store or anything that we can link up to?
She doesn't. This is just like her little craft. She goes in between a bunch of different things. So if it's not making lamps, it's making soap. She's a big soap maker. So we made wine soap last year, which was really fun.
I do these.
Merlot scented.
Cute. I have gift boxes that we do handcrafted artisan items in, and yeah, soap is one of them. And I've been trying to think of how we can do more like consumable wine related items that aren't wine though, you know?
Yes. You can only give so much wine.
Yes. And it's harder to ship and whatnot too. You know?
Very true. Very true.
Well, maybe I can talk your mom into making me a lamp. I'll pay her.
Yeah. I know. We'll have to get her a good bottle to make one.
Oh my gosh, a glitter bottle.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be really fun. Okay, cool. So what do you do for a living, to make a living?
I actually work I work in cybersecurity full time. Mm. So Chel Loves Wine is just my side job. But yeah, for like the last 5 years, I've been in between fraud investigating jobs and cybersecurity jobs.
And how did that come about?
It was just what I did in college. I always wanted to do broadcast journalism when I first started in school. But I don't know if you can relate, but when you're a freshman, you're like, I don't really know what I want to do. And you take a couple classes and you're like, this isn't for me. And so I kind of bounced around between 3 or 4 different majors before I found my way.
I feel it.
Yeah. And so I finally found my school I went to has a really specific program for economic crime investigation, basically for like white collar crime.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I decided to, Utica College in upstate New York. Mm-hmm. So that's just what I started to do. And that's just been like the full-time gig ever since. Eventually I'd like to be Chel Loves Wine full-time. But this is my day-to-day, my pays the bill jobs.
I got it. We'll get you there. You'll get there full-time. Yeah. Cool. How do you, so you started the blog first a couple of years ago, right?
Yep. 2 years ago.
Okay. And when did you decide to do that? Why did you decide to do that?
It was just kind of a passion project, really, because working 9 to 5 every day in New York City can get to be a little tedious and a little overwhelming with all the people and just doing the same thing every day. And I mean, I'm from a small mountain town, so being in New York is a lot. So I was like, okay, I need something to occupy my time and to like make me have something that I really enjoy doing, to keep, because I love living in New York, but I need to keep that like passion alive to want to stay in New York and want to do all these things. So I was like, you know what? Everybody is an influencer these days. I was like, so I'm going to start my own blog. And I was like, I'm just going to call it Chel Loves Wine because that's my name on all my social media. I was like, I'm just going to run with it. And it kind of started as, it was going to be about wine and some lifestyle and some travel and all these different things. But I found that when you're starting a blog, it's easy to just focus on one topic. Like you want to be so many things and branch out so you can cover this wide range of things, but it's really best to start on one topic.
Right, because then nobody knows what you do if you do
exactly, it. Exactly. And they're like, wait, I just stumbled upon this blog, but what is this even about? Like, so I focused on wine first, and then from wine, I've kind of grown into doing like a couple little travel things. And right now I'm working on getting like a home entertaining system set up or, section set up. Like, you should make these little recipes for entertaining and you can pair it with these wines and like, these are my favorite wine glasses, things like that for entertaining your guests in your home. So that's kind of like my next little section. So in 2 years, I've only really grown a little bit, but.
How fun though. How consistently do you post?
On Instagram, I try to do every day, but since I've been a little sick lately, I've been slacking. But I try to post on Instagram every day, and then I usually post on my blog twice a week, sometimes once a week, but it depends. Yeah, so like a Monday article and a Thursday article. And if it's not 2 articles, I try to do a YouTube video and an article. So I always try to keep fresh content up there.
Well, I'm looking forward to checking out the site because I don't think I've actually looked at your website yet, but I watched some of the YouTube. That was fun. I liked watching your boyfriend pronounce the wine names.
That's like whenever I meet somebody, they're like, I think that video of you and Pete is so funny. And it's like one of the funniest videos. And I've had so many other influencers come up to me and they're like, I want to do that video with you, but like with a new set of wines. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. Like, let's keep the wine pronunciation going.
That's great. So, I might have to borrow that idea.
Yes. So I hope we're going to tackle some Greek wines next because Greek wines are very difficult to pronounce.
Okay, yeah, I bet.
So we might try to tackle those ones soon too.
And does he actually like wine? Does he like to drink it?
He's coming around. He's a big beer guy, but he's coming around. He likes those big, bold red wines, like spicy ones like Malbecs and Cabernets. He'll drink, anything big and bold. And rosé. He likes rosé. So that's always good for the summer. I don't have to worry about who's drinking what. We're just all rosé house, but he's coming around.
That's fun. Have you, I don't know why this popped into my head, but do you know that Drew Barrymore has a wine company?
She does. I actually reviewed her wine. I did a post on Celebrity Wines and reviewed her wines. And they're like not bad. Her white wine's not awesome, but her rosé is like fun and good. And I love Drew Barrymore too.
She promotes the rosé a lot, I think, or at least like in the summertime, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because everyone's all about rosé. Rosés are huge sellers for companies, so it's like an easy wine to promote.
It's so funny how a liquid can get trendy, right? Like, okay, wine, there's always wine, but then like a certain type will all of a sudden become the hot thing.
Yeah, and rosé is definitely having that moment right now. Last year or 2 years ago? So we have the Hamptons right over east of New York, and it's a very, very big vacation spot for New York City folks. And I think 2 years ago, they actually had a rosé shortage. Like, there was no rosé left in the Hamptons. It was like the world was ending. People didn't know what to do. Because it is such a big, I don't want to say it's like bougie now, but like people definitely like, oh, I'm sipping rosé. It's like this whole lifestyle associated with this wine now. It's not just even trendy right now. There's a whole entire movement behind rosé, which is kind of amazing to see behind a liquid, like you said.
Yeah, it's funny. And it used to be, I think that rosé was more of a sort of thought of like looked down upon, right, by wine.
It was. Yeah. It was never, I would say in like the 60s and the 70s, it like wasn't cool. It, like, you know, people didn't really drink it. It really wasn't a thing. And then I would say in the last 5 years, maybe 10 years, it's like skyrocketed.
Yeah. I haven't drank that much rosé. I really like the sparkling rosé though.
Oh yeah, sparkling rosés are fun.
Just really fun, yeah.
Yeah.
Refreshing in the warmer months.
Yes, it's like crisp and clean, and I really love ones that are really minerally in the summertime because it's just refreshing. And when you add some bubbles, it's just like a nice little after work hanging out on the roof. I'm just gonna have a little, you know, because in New York City we hang out on roofs. Yes. I don't know if you do that in California.
We don't, but I've been in New York, so yes, I know.
Yes. So we hang out on rooftops after we get out of work, and it's just really nice and refreshing to have something like that.
Cool. Are you willing to show me your couch because I really want to see it?
Yes, hold on.
I talked to Apartment 2B on the phone today.
They are so great. Hold on. You'll have to mind my boyfriend probably playing video games out here.
That's right.
So that's the couch.
Happy.
She says hello. Hi. Just wanted to see the couch.
Which model is it?
This is the Scott 2-piece.
Okay. Cool.
Yes. And we got it in the Performance Marlin shade because it's wine-proof fabric.
Yes, I'm so excited about that. I'm looking into I was concerned even more about it being cat-proof, and I don't think it's cat-proof, but it's cat-resistant.
Yeah, it definitely like the fabric is interesting. It's very soft, and the water and any liquid you get on it beads up on top of it. And it also is supposed to be like stain resistant too. I haven't necessarily tested it out. I'm going to test it out for the sake of Instagram. I'm going to dump some wine on my couch just to see what happens. But yeah, it's a cool fabric, and it's super easy to vacuum, which is huge for me because like a lot of my blankets leave lint and stuff around, and it's super easy to just add my attachment to my vacuum cleaner and it comes right off and the couch looks like new.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm surprised that it's soft because I would think that it would be, you know, to make it non-absorb.
Yeah, we were afraid that it was going to be like rubbery or like, you know,
or like gritty.
Plasticky. Yeah, something like that. We were, but they send you free fabric samples when you go through Apartment 2B. And we got the fabric samples and they were amazing. And I was like, okay, done. This is the fabric we're going with. It'll be perfect. And then we got white glove delivery. 2 men just came right in, set it up for us. Like, it doesn't come in a box. It's like already assembled. They hand upholster everything for you. Took like 3 weeks because they like literally hand do. Yeah, they make it. Made in the USA, which is so great. And they just come and drop it off, and they just attach the 2 pieces together. And they were like, okay, see you later. Have a good day. Took 3 minutes and they were out of here.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
They're having a sale for MLK Day or something that ends today. So I'm like, I think I'm just going to buy it. And then they said, if I decide, you know, the fabric isn't going to work for me for whatever reason with the pets, then I can just cancel the order. So
yeah, they're very good. Yeah. They're a really good company to work with. I was super impressed on how nicely everything came and how well made the fabric is.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to getting my swatches. They should be on their way to me.
Yes.
How do you, when did you decide to move to you moved to New York right after school, or when did that?
Yeah, I had an internship as soon as I graduated. Like, I graduated from college, and 2 weeks later, my internship was starting. So I moved down to New York City and stayed with a friend on Long Island until my internship decided to hire me full time. Okay. And so then I was like, all right, it's time to get a big girl apartment. And I actually moved to Hoboken first.
I love Hoboken.
Yeah. So I was in Hoboken for a while, and that's actually where I met my boyfriend, was in Hoboken.
Okay.
And then I moved to Queens because I wanted like the New York experience. Like I can't afford Manhattan. So I was like, let's move to Astoria, which is a really fun, cool neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And I lived in Astoria for a while, almost 4 years. And then now I'm actually back in Jersey.
Oh, wow. What city?
Jersey City.
Oh, okay.
So right
across the water, right? From New York.
Yes, literally right across the water. It's like a new, fun neighborhood. Lots of restaurants and really good wine, and so close to get to the city. So we moved back over here for a little quieter vibe than the city was giving us.
Well, I might have to come visit.
Yes, more than welcome. Brand new spot.
With a couch.
Exactly.
Did you get a sleeper sofa? Did you get that kind?
Nope, just normal one.
Okay. I was going to ask you how comfortable the bed is.
No bed in it, sadly.
But the cool thing about the chaise thing is, I mean, you can stretch out, right? And
it's huge. We can both lay on that couch without touching each other, which is amazing. We're big couch people. Like we don't spend a lot of time in our bedroom. When we're relaxing, we like to be on the couch. And so we really were like, we decided to invest in a good couch because we wanted something that was going to be big enough for us and had enough space and was made well, because we want it to be a piece we can bring with us for many years to come. So that's why we went with apartment 2B and got that big, nice couch.
How did you hear about apartment 2B?
Google. I was just literally Googling, and I was like, inexpensive couches, like just looking up different things. And I went through probably 20 different websites before I stumbled upon apartment 2B. And I was like, this actually looks reasonable in pricing. Delivery's free. Right. Which is huge, and just went with it. And that's what we did.
You can get a really nice couch for like $1,500 to $2,000.
Yeah. Which I think is good if you're for a couch. Like couches are expensive. Furniture is not cheap. Well-made furniture is not cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like the guy I was speaking with on the phone, he's like, it's sort of like, your first piece of nice furniture when you become an adult, and then you really feel like an adult,
Yes.
He's like, I'm 30 and, I'm graduating from the IKEA furniture, but, not ready to do like restoration hardware or like really high end stuff,
That's exactly what I wrote in my blog post about my couch. I was like, I love you, IKEA, but like I've outgrown you and I can't do it anymore. I'm sick of building my own furniture. I was like, but like you said, I can't afford these expensive places yet. So this is like a good middle ground. It's like I feel more adult. He's right.
Good. Tell me a little bit about, let's talk about collaboration. So obviously you're collaborating with your friend, Brendan, did you say his name is?
Yep.
On the podcast, Chel Loves Wine. And then what else do you do that's collaborative, or even just talk about your wine experiences with other people?
So I work with a lot of wine brands. That's a big thing. I work with distributors and sellers and manufacturers, a bunch of different parts of the wine industry, because a lot of people, how I get a lot of my wine is people send me wine to taste, hoping that I'm going to taste it and love it and put it on my Instagram, because that's their main goal. Right. So I work with a lot of people like that. I've worked with Wolfer Estates, which was a really fun thing that I did with them, for their new ciders that they have. And that's like have you ever seen Summer in a Bottle?
No.
I don't know if it's made it out to California. They are a North Fork, Long Island winery, and they make this beautiful rosé in a bottle that is fully decorated with flowers and butterflies. And it's just like a beautiful bottle. And it's kind of like a cult classic, almost like a Whispering Angel kind of deal. And so I worked with them with their cider, which was really fun. I'm trying to think.
What is the name again of the winery?
Wolfer Estates, Wollffer.
Okay. Hey, Wolfer, I really want to try that Summer in a Bottle, just in case you're listening. That sounds really fun.
Yes, they're super fun. I've done a lot of work with Bulgarian wines, because Bulgarian wines are not represented a lot in the United States, and they're really, really delicious and inexpensive. And Bulgaria is a really awesome country. So I've seen from Google Images. I've never been there, but that's a fun thing that I've done. I'm trying to think. I've done just a lot of little random things this past year. And now I'm blanking because it's 2018 and I'm like have 2017 behind me right now.
Yeah, I know. And I've never tried Bulgarian wine, though. That sounds really interesting.
It's super good. It's kind of hard to find. I highly doubt there's any in California yet, but as soon as it is in California, we'll have to make sure that you can try some.
Yeah, maybe some of the specialty wine boutiques would have it.
They might. They definitely might.
What are you looking forward to right now? What are you excited about?
Totally excited about the podcast. So that's like the new thing going on right now. So that's really exciting. I'm hopefully going to be doing some events coming up in February. So that'll be fun. I'm trying to put together like a Galentine's Day little wine tasting. But other than that, this New Year's kind of been off to a slower start, just really focusing on the podcast. Hopefully Chel Loves Wine is going to be rebranded here soon with a new website design and make it a little more functional. I mean, it's functional now, but it's been the same way for 2 years. So I'm looking for a little bit of a update. And then just some trips. I'm actually going to be in California next weekend.
Oh, where?
In Palm Springs.
Okay.
Cool. Just for a little vacay. And then I actually might be going to Bulgaria in April. So I'll be able to give you firsthand experience on what's happening in Bulgaria.
Cool. I am planning a Alaska wine cruise.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Yes, it's going to be sort of a women's retreat / cruise combo.
That's so cool. I've never been to Alaska. Always wanted to go though.
I haven't been either, but I'll let you know when we start scheduling it. It'll probably be, actually, after I talk with you, I'm speaking with my travel agent lady about the cruise, but probably July-ish 2018, so the summer.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
when it will be like 24 hours of daylight in Alaska, right?
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. But yeah, probably. We'll have to make sure our rooms have blackout curtains.
Yeah. Give everybody eye masks.
Yeah, rosé eye masks or something.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I've never been to Alaska either. And everybody I've talked to says it's beautiful. So,
yes, I can only imagine.
Okay. So, well, maybe we can collaborate on that in some way. So we'll have to talk again about that.
Yes.
All right. Well, do you have any final thoughts or words or things that you think everybody should know about wine?
I think everybody should not be scared of wine because that's my main thing here. Is I like to let people know that wine is obviously super intimidating for a lot of people. And there are those annoying wine snob people that are going to make you feel like you don't know anything about wine. And I've dealt with them and I still deal with them. But wine is super fun. And the more you drink, the more you learn. I'm not condoning like getting drunk all the time here, but like trying different things and drinking is the only way you get to really experience wine and taste wine and learn the difference of it. So I just encourage people to go try something new and don't be scared of it and ask the people at your wine store for help because
they're really helpful.
They're so helpful and they're there to help you. They're not going to make you feel bad about being like, hey, I'm having pizza tonight. What should I pair with my pizza? Like,
and they love talking about it, right?
Exactly. That's their job. That's what they're passionate about doing. Nobody who works in a wine store doesn't want to work in that wine store. Like they are passionate about wine and they're there to help you and talk with you about it. So utilize those people and go check out chelloveswine.com if you have any other questions about wine.
Yes, totally do that. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
This is a public service announcement from Peace, Love, and Wine. Hey, Mermaid, are you feeling calm AF? If not, I have a solution for you, and it's free. Go to peaceloveandwine.com and grab your free self-care download by entering your name into the pop-up, or just go to the show notes and grab your Calm AF link there into your email, and we'll get you on your way to feeling good. Oh, yeah.